Two sides, one coin. TSOC. I'm always get that wrong, Shadow. In time, in time, in
God
time.
knows.
TSOC, Naro, Shadow. What go on, grumpy old man? What go on? You good?
Hey, yeah, man, I'm great, man. What's
Yeah.
up? Yeah, you have me out here way past my hours, boy. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's why we do what we do, because no people would say like from the first video that we put out like, oh, no, do the same location, because like with them type of setup here we can do it at any time, any place. Yeah, that's
Well,
the
outside
thinking.
of the fact that it's based on just our respective schedule, it's just
True
not
that.
conducive for us to be in the same
True
space.
that.
You're a busy man, likewise myself, and
Mm-hmm.
always on the go, whether it is you shooting your podcast, I'm dealing with a bunch of clients, you overseas, I'm overseas, and we're generally not in the same space. So, as you said, it's not if we are trying to shoot an episode where both of us are in the same location, we probably end up shoot like maybe once or twice for the year.
That's the thing. I just think this is a
Right.
little bit more convenient. Plus,
Right.
plus Shadow is a recluse, people. So
Hey, it is what it is. You told no lies there. But yes, but as I say, welcome to the second episode of TSOC.
mm-hmm.
Right.
So
So, what are we talking
we're
about today?
talking about, we're talking about at least albums, because there's going to be three major releases this year that people know about from three major artists: Massacre, Vibes Cartel, Alkaline. And we don't have a discussion about at least albums in general, and of course those three albums specifically. Right now, we've already got the release of Alkaline's album, right? NPT. They done the talk about it. I already actually do a review about it, but like we have audio issues with that episode, so we never bother put it to people. But yeah, um, just want to talk about albums in general. So, Shadow, kick it off now. Thoughts
Oh,
on the releases this year and the impact that you feel they will have. Those three major releases specifically.
all right, no problem. I think probably what would make sense or what would be a good idea is to kind of give people just a little bit of background information. So just kind of give them a quick summary of 2025 coming into 2026 so that they understand exactly what is happening in the business and so they know what we are looking forward and what to expect in 2026. Hopefully,
Mm.
we'll have an improvement of that. So, I mean, as I said, just looking at last year, realized that just based on information from all of the DSPs, we had about approximately 95 albums collectively between reggae and dancehall being released for the entire year. And out of that,
But the number then
73 of
how
which
much? 95.
95,
All
about
right, cool.
approximately 95. I mean, we could have, based on the figures coming from the DSPs, digital service providers, um, give or take five. So I'd say between 95 and 100, but it's about 95.
Mm.
Out of that 95, 73 of those were submitted for Grammy considerations. And then out of that whole 95, only 11 of those albums actually made it onto the Billboard chart. That is the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. Only 11 of those made it onto it. And out of that 11, only six of those were Jamaicans. And out of the six, only two of those were dancehall. So pretty much it was only Vibes Cartel, Viking, Vibes is King, that was released January 2025, that actually and that peaked at number 10.
That was the re-release, right?
Yes,
Mm.
that was a release of the original album, which was released in what 2015.
Yeah.
And then the only other album that made it to the chart was Armani's album Impact, which was released in December, almost a year later.
Good
And that
album. Good
debut,
body of work, by
uh,
the way.
it is great album from the young man,
Yeah,
and I
man.
really appreciate the fact that to see all of the young talents pushing forward.
He's
So that was the
consistent
second
with his
album.
bodies of work as well. I have to say that as well.
I notice it.
Yeah,
I
man.
notice it. So yeah, I mean, as I said, that's the only two albums from the dancehall side of things that actually made it onto the Billboard charts for reggae. And outside of that, on the reggae side, we it was Chronics, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Sister Nancy. Those are the only other four albums. So it's two dancehall and four reggae. And out of all of the six albums, Sister Nancy 1 2 was the highest in terms of the debut. It was at number 3. Right. So you see that a lot of album was not released. And I'm just kind of giving you this background information just to show you that a lot of people have been having conversations talking about the fact that we need to divide the reggae and the dancehall category for the Grammys. But the truth is that the threshold for the categories are like 40 entries. So if you only release in 70s, if only 73 was submitted, half of that, what are you looking at right there? So 36.
Yeah.
You see the problem there, sir?
Mm-hmm.
If the threshold is 40 and you're releasing only 37, well, 37 albums being submitted for Grammy, you see the issue there? And collectively, only 95 albums being released for the entire year. So the thing is that we're not putting out enough work. We need to do that. But that is another conversation
Because
for another
the
day.
conversation, what would stem from that is that enigmatic of dancer, where it's not necessarily an album genre or album driven genre, but a singles rhythm driven genre.
Yeah, but
Because
then
even though that is the case, let me just say this as to the stats them and the information we just reel out. Last year, from the fixed side of things, I feel like last year was one of the years when we reviewed the least amount of albums. Almost like never really did drop off real note dancehall wise. Of course, people drop their albums, but in regards to and in comparison to previous years, it just feel like the amount of albums that dropped last year, it wasn't really there. From my
and
point of
mind
view.
you, and mind you, when I say album, some of those are compilations
Yeah, enough
also.
of them are compilations. We know that.
Right. So that's the thing. It's not like a singular album from an artist. So you understand it's even less when you really look at the numbers in terms of true albums. So you see, that just shows you that we definitely need to do a lot more work than, because a lot of people just saying a lot of things, but they're not really looking at the actual data and what is happening.
Mm.
We need to do better on both sides of the divide. We need more productions coming out from both the reggae and the dancehall side.
All right, so with that being said, now, as we said, a very important year, these three major releases Vibes Cartel, Massacre, Alkaline. All right, so
I'm definitely looking forward to all three. Well, we have one already.
yeah, we have one already. Which one did I look
Right.
forward to the most, Shell?
I'd probably say Alkaline.
You think so?
I think the reason why I would say Alkaline is because he has had the longest hiatus of the three in
Mm.
terms of his last album was released in 2021 versus Massacre that released an album in 2021 and another one in 2023. Cartel released two albums in the space of Cartel released three albums, I would say,
Mm.
since January to present. Just to I think it's three. I think it's three because he released Vibes is Vibes is King, which was January 2025, and then I think he released a Party with Me, more like an EP,
Yeah.
which was, but then again, no, because that would have been 2024. Yeah, so that's 2024, and then Heart and Soul. So I would say between May 2024 and present, Cartel has released like three projects.
Mm-hmm.
So Vibes is King, which is Viking, which is January 2025. May 2024, Party with Me, and that was what August 2025, Heart and Soul. And actually, if you think about it, Cartel. That was actually historic because Cartel now becomes the only dancehall artist to ever release two albums in the space of that's 12 in the space of 15 months, and both of them are Grammy nominated.
Oh, very cartel like of him.
Yeah.
Very
You
cartel
see,
like of him.
no other dancehall artist has done that. Two albums in the space of 15 months, and both of
Mm.
them Grammy nominated.
And as I said, that Shadow, the one I am looking forward to the most. All right, let me separate them in two categories. Musically Like just from a pure music standpoint, may I look forward to the Massacre album, right? The
The
most.
Massacre album.
The Massacre
Mm-hmm.
album the most. Based off I'm two previous projects, right? Just based on
Why?
a pure music. Because based on two previous projects, them quality wise, I want to see if it's that it can keep the quality of this album on the same level as the two previous ones, or even surpass them. That's what I
Mm.
want to see. Because if it's that he can take his musicality to the next level, what is it that he might forward with different on this project? You know? For see the
Okay.
further evolution of Massacre as an artist. Because I feel like the whole of dancer right now is anticipating him taking that next step into crossover international appeal. I feel
Agreed.
we all want to see him do that. I will feel like he's on the verge of doing that. But we want this album I feel is going to be very important in doing so, a very important step in doing so. So musically, I look forward to that. Of course, I already get the Alkaline album. I will go talk a little bit more about some songs that are doing some damage on the album. But
Right.
I will go on in regards to just impact wise, I'm looking forward to seeing what Vibes Cartel album is going to do because based on the statements that he's saying, I'm actually going to put him foot in that one. It just
Well,
seemed like in
I
previous,
definitely looking forward to seeing
yeah,
that.
yeah, it
Yeah.
just seemed like in previous release them, him just, do something and put it out. This one now, based on statements from him and quotes from him actually put some real effort into this. So I'm looking forward to hearing what an album where him actually put like actual time and effort into, based on what I say, how that would sound like.
Right. This album is going to be called what? God and Time. I
God
think
on
that's
time,
what he
yeah.
said.
God on time.
Right. But my question is the two songs that he released, which is Panic
Mm-hmm.
and Talk to Me Now.
Yeah.
If if those are any indications of what is going to be forthcoming on the album,
Our
then
problems.
definitely, yeah, we in for a banger.
Our problems so far.
Right.
Our problems.
Because the truth is that, I mean, what Panic, I think last I did check, Panic is about 6.6 million on YouTube. It debuted at number one
Mm-hmm.
on the reggae iTunes chart. And it also, I think it debuted at, I think, was 120. I think 120 position, 120 on the iTunes all genre top 200 charts, I believe. And it charted across multiple markets too. And actually, it was one of the fastest charting song for 2026. So that within itself shows you that, yeah, he definitely put some effort into that track and it did very well.
Oh yeah.
Actually, if I recall, the song charted within 1 hour of it being released. It charted at number one on the US iTunes reggae songs chart 1 hour of it being released.
No, the two song them will do damage. The two
Yeah.
song them bad and do damage. But the thing is,
Talk to me now.
me not feel like the two song them are gonna be on the album. I feel like just one because isn't one of them
Which of
Shensia
the
song
two
and
you
one of
think would
them
be on it?
I feel panic.
You feel Panic?
I got panic because panic is actually a Vibes Cartel song and talk to me not Shensia song.
Well, I like Talk to Me now
I do.
more, a little bit more. Yes.
I do like talk to me a little bit more. At first, me like
Right.
panic more, but over time, yeah man, talk to me that song that yeah, it take over for me. So ideally, me don't want that song there on the project. Ideally, but panic
Well, I
bad
mean,
too.
it wouldn't hurt it for him to put both of the songs on the
It wouldn't
project.
hurt at all.
Right. And one of the things I noticed why I say, it definitely would be good is because Cartel released those two songs. And during the release of those songs, he had a moment because I think there was a point in I think it was early March where he had 5 songs trending on YouTube on the
Mm-hmm.
YouTube chart. 5 songs. I think it was Panic, Disgrace, Onslaught, SYM on the YFL, WYFL Rhythm, and Talk to Me Now. 5 songs. And all of those were on the same chart at once. So then you realize, like, yeah, people definitely like the new material that Cartel release.
Yeah,
So it's a good look.
it seems so. And what I
Right.
like to see, and I hope that Massacre joins the fray as well. Even though Massacre put out a song, Bossy Wagwan, good right now, but
Yeah, that have a vibe.
I like to see, say the two man them, who the fans them are diametrically opposed to one another. The two man them are going with things right now. I feel like that's great for dancer. I feel like it's
I
great for
think,
dancer.
yeah, that's true. I mean, all three of them are going on with things.
Mm.
Let us not forget Alka in the mix. Alka is
Of
is
course, of
is
course, of
doing
course.
things right. But yeah, definitely looking forward to hear Massacre's album
Mm.
because, as you say, what 438 release, that was what 2021, and then Generation of Kings in 2023.
Mm.
Um,
It was like the
and
end of 2023. Like dropping my album at the end of the year.
right, and both of those albums debuted at, I think it's number two. Both of them debuted
Mm.
at number two on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. Right, and I mean, if I recall, 438 actually spent 7 weeks. It was 7 weeks, I think. Yeah, it was 7 weeks in the top 10. Right, that's a good look. And then that was followed up by,
Shadow stats got him, I swear. Me know him just
and
have like
then,
a bag of stats just written down.
no man, and then Generation of Kings, which dropped in 2023. Um, I'm just trying to remember. I think it, yeah, I think it, what did it? Oh, it also placed on the Heat Seeker outside of debuting at number two
Mm-hmm.
on the reggae albums chart. It was also on the Billboard Heat Seekers chart. I think it was number 14 if I remember correctly. Right. So yeah, man, it did some damage.
Yeah, do some damage.
And it actually, even though I'm not into the first week sales thing,
Yeah.
it
I'm
actually
off that.
had a bigger first week sales than 438.
Yeah, it did.
Right.
Yeah, it did. He been a trend in an upward trajectory with him album
Yes.
sales. So that's good.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah, and
looking
as I
forward to
said,
seeing that happen with this album as well.
and
I'll say album
he
for this
made
year.
history with the first album, his debut album. He made history with that
Mm.
because he was the first. I think he was the first Jamaican. He was the first Jamaican album that was on the Apple Music's Jamaica chart within the top 10 for an entire year.
Mm.
Yeah, man, he did some damage with that 438 album.
Yeah.
Right. So definitely looking forward to hearing what this forthcoming album will be like.
I'm looking forward to it. I think out
The
of the
EP.
three, I think out of the three, just because I think out of the three, yes, you talk about Grammys, I feel the Massacre and the Cartel album more of a chance to be not
With the
just not
most,
to would have a more of a chance to be nominated, which would be great. Say two dancehall albums from two dancehall giants get nominated at the same time. And
well, that is
that's
true.
not to cast any aspersions upon Alkaline. I say, a fucker album that Alkaline drop. But just that one is independent. Two, I don't see Alkaline doing the campaigning necessary to be nominated because that is a part of it. For people who
But
don't know.
Alkaline has a team though,
Him have a
and
team, but
his
still
sister is a very good manager.
he has to be amongst the mix though, Shadow. I feel
Fair
he
point.
has to be amongst the mix as well. Him himself, not just the team. And you see that with last year's winner. You see that for yourself.
Yes, fair point. But at the end of the day, as you said, if you have a team, then your team can, yes, you as an artist need to have a presence. But if you have a competent team, which his sister does a competent job,
Sister do a great job.
right?
Big up
Big up,
Carrie Bear. Big up Carrie Bear.
right? Yes.
Love you, Carrie.
So, she, so she does that. Let me not say she, the team
Yeah.
spearheaded
No,
by
she's a
her.
big part of the team. That's how we mentioned.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I said the
But
team
there's a team.
spearheaded
Yeah.
by her.
Mm.
Right. But the truth is though, I mean, since we're talking about albums, I definitely want to see what Cartel is coming with.
Yeah.
And as I said, based on the two tracks that he has released, yeah, I think we might be in for something special.
Mm.
Massacre, I'm not going to judge him based on the last EP, but I'll just say
I
Life of a
won't either.
Sin.
I won't either.
Is Life of a Sin or Life of Sin? What's
I
the
think
song
it's
called?
Life of Sin.
Life of Sin. Yeah,
Life of
that
Sin.
song. yeah, that song's a nice, and Bossy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really
I
two
was,
nice songs, I'm like, if those are from the album, yeah, then yeah, him
Shadow, I
setting a
told you,
nice
remember
tempo.
me did tell you, I think upon one of the episodes, them we get trash. Say, Life of Sin, me never really, but me just feel like that's just him building momentum. And you see it, I believe, more now with Bossy. Yeah, you see
Right.
it now. So I just feel like, say, my take time for really. Yeah, man, release some clip
I believe so because, as you
in
said,
anticipation album.
yeah, because both of those I think went to number one on the US iTunes chart. Good songs, nice energy, and I think that definitely, if that sets a based on that tone, then I think we definitely might be in for a treat with Massacre's album.
Yep.
Right.
Um,
So
I, I, me feel like it'll be a banner year for dancer. I feel like it is going to be a banner year for dancer. And I am for it. Me there feet.
I agree because I
There
think
feet.
everybody has something to, despite they want to say, no, but I think everybody has something to prove,
I
especially
think so.
Massacre
I think so.
because Massacre, coming off of that whole conflict with Tommy Lee, and then that situation between him and Vibes, and then the fans a little bit just up in arms about you know the whole thing about him, doing all of the things him do, in
Claiming
this in
kingship.
cartel
Mm.
and claiming kingship and all of that. So this album now, the anticipation is going to be high because people want to say, okay, let me see what you are made of, because you're
Yes.
making all of these bold claims.
Mm.
So let us see what your body of work,
That's
has
that's
to say about you now.
that's part of why may I say I'm looking forward to that probably the most in regards to the
Right.
musicality because
Especially because you're
me feel out of the three of them, the most pressure they on him right now, me feel. I feel so.
I would, yes, I would agree with you wholeheartedly on that.
Mm.
Yes, he would be under the most pressure,
Mm.
right? Because you see everybody taking shots at him. You see Cargo, you see Tommy Lee. Everybody's like, "Yo, this song, you're stealing this.
Yeah,
You're you're,
yeah.
you're you're taking my melody. You're taking my style. All of these different claims, right?" So he's just like, he's been heavily watched. So as
Cargo.
you said, definitely people are definitely looking forward to the album. The anticipation is high, and so yeah, the pressure is definitely on.
I should have
I like
definitely.
the fact that he actually teased a photo of him and Damian Marley in studio, because yeah, I'm like, yeah, Damian and Massacre on one track,
Would
yeah,
have bad.
that's fire.
Yeah, would have bad. I feel like that's a savvy collab
That's
as well, and something where
yeah,
you see
yeah,
that was brewing from the link up at the Jamrock cruise.
right.
When busting on the
So I'm
Jamrock
like,
cruise last year. I was here before, yeah,
yeah,
before. So yeah, man,
I
that's a
definitely
natural
looking
link up.
forward to that.
Yeah, man, look at it.
Yes. So as I said, so I don't expect anything less because, as I said, Massacre has always put out quality works,
Mm.
even if he's just putting out singles. I'd probably say the thing that has performed the least for him is the EP,
The EP from
which
last year, which kind
think,
of came and
yes,
went. Yeah.
her name is Love. I just figured, maybe this is just something for the ladies. This is just a filler.
But even
So,
the
like,
ladies was like, yeah. That's what I see and hear. I'm just saying that the ladies seem like they was like, yeah, for the most part.
well, I don't know. I didn't get any feedback from the
I
ladies.
don't want use the word mid because I feel like it overused. But if there's a word that you would want to search for describe what that do last year, it probably would be that.
Well, as I said, it did what it's well, I wouldn't say it did what it's supposed to do,
Because
but
I
you
don't
know,
know if it did for real. I don't know.
it it was a filler. You know,
Mm. Call
it
it
was
that
a
filler
filler
for real.
and
Mm.
a good distraction away from the whole conflict with Tommy Lee. So
Yeah.
that he kind of averted that whole situation, and then it allowed him now to kind of realign himself back on the album path.
Yeah.
So
Refocus it.
that's
Which
what
it
I'd
seemed
look at
like
it
I go
as.
on. Like
Yes,
we get life
right.
as in I know we get bossy, I know which I go on good. So yeah man.
So I'm not mad at that,
Yeah, man,
as
I'm
I
not
said.
either. Mm.
So I won't even get into the mix to say, okay, let me critique the body of work. But as I said, it was just a filler in my book.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about alkaline here, boy.
No, hang on. Firstly, Alkaline is not my boy. right? I don't want listen.
Eh,
I talk about music,
hey, you know, so that they must
Alkaline
say, I know,
is
Shadow say, you're more that.
yeah, people will say that, but no, I just want to make that clear. I speak
Welcome to
about
this world,
music.
Shadow. Welcome. Welcome to this world. And what I have
Yeah.
to deal with on a damn near day-to-day basis.
No, but you see, the thing is, I just don't want people. I'm not aligned to anybody, any camp. I'm not aligned to any artist, like,
Uh-huh.
for example, like a Alkaline or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
just that I give to Caesar what is due to Caesar. So if I see Alkaline doing good work, I'm going to speak about it. Likewise, if I see Cartel or Massacre or any other artist in the industry doing quality work, I'm going to speak about it. So if me speaking and lauding them for what they are doing makes me look like I'm aligned to that camp, then well, so be it. But it's not. Such is not the case.
Shadow,
Right.
you see what you just said a while ago, you talk and you make sense to Gaza fans. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Me love Alkaline. I saw them, I got hear it. So it never make no sense to do that. Yeah. It never make no sense
Right.
to explain. No. That's the way I
Hey,
had. This is what I've learned
big
over
up
the years. This is what I
big
learned
up the
over the years.
Crocs, big up the Gaza, and big up the Vendetta
Yeah.
fans. All right.
Can we do an
Good.
album review? And yeah, that did part of some of the last files, if you will. Yeah.
Right.
Fuck yeah, and all them things. But the album will go on good. Right? And
No.
during my review, when we reviewed that, and even the review for when we do for the fix, I stated that the most interesting part of the album was the girl segment essentially. Right? And now what we see here now is that the girl good song there. I go on damn good. Like
Yeah, that is true.
when I scroll up on my timeline, I may see the females them I post. I that them I use.
Yes, it's the most streamed song from the entire project
Mm-hmm.
so far. Right. So definitely it is. I would say it's the standout outside of the No Emotions and Keyman
Key
in
man, yeah.
terms of the new releases. Yeah, Gal Good would be definitely the standout track.
Yep.
I would say my personal favorite, is Raise the Bar,
Yeah, mine too,
but
mine too.
you cannot deny that Gal Good is that song, regardless if you have issues with the lyric, because a lot of people kind of find, the lyric a little bit jarring,
Oh yeah.
especially when he speaks about, putting body fluid in a cup and mixing it with whatever and drink it, but
Don't
yeah,
get it twisted, in Shadow. There are mookers out there that rather enjoy these things. These are their
listen,
proclivities, as you would say. A big word you would use. This is what they do. This is what
listen,
floats for
I
them
am not,
boat. Yep.
listen, I am not contesting whether or not, as you would refer to these young ladies as mockers. I'm not calling them that.
That's what they
What
call
whether they
themselves.
enjoy it or not,
That's what
I'm
they're
just
known as. That's what they
right.
go by. And
I'm
they're
just
proud of
simply
it.
saying that some people find the lyric a bit jarring.
No,
Nonetheless,
without a doubt.
they enjoy the song, right? I've seen a couple of women, both on socials and just, speaking otherwise, and they say, like, regardless of all of what he said in the song, they really genuinely like the song,
Yeah.
and that's good. So, but at the end of the day, guess what? Alkaline knows what he's doing, and he knows why he said what he said in the song, because clearly he did it and it's working.
I will say this, Shadow. I feel like the song can go even further if you do a clean version of the song. Because there are female out there. When I talk to females, them love the song. But it almost want come in like, and it kind of isn't, but it almost want come in like a TikTok hit in that they like portions of the song. But the
Right.
girl good part, like them I say, them can relate to that. Like, yeah, yeah, when girl good, yeah, me a good girl, like can relate to that. But that part, they like most of the women that I see and talk, they're like, me don't know about that part. There. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the song are going good and the impact is being made. But if it's that him and team want the song for even better, in my opinion, clean version of the song. If it's that them good to do it, do you know, no, then cool. You want to go and mash up dancehall and thing, but me personally feel like say if you release a clean version of that song there, it can go even further.
It wouldn't hurt. I definitely agree with you. It wouldn't hurt because then at least you provide people with options.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who really enjoy the song but want something a little bit more palatable, then yeah, they can have that the edited version. And then for those who want, something a little bit more racy and raunchy, then they can always listen to the original cut.
Yeah, the Mukaza.
So yeah, I agree. Hey, whatever.
Mm.
Right. So yeah, I agree with you on that. That definitely it would be beneficial to him and the project to do a radio cut of it.
Without a doubt. Without a
Right.
doubt.
If that is if there's not one already. Right.
In
Because
the talk.
knowing Alkaline, he is very strategic and chances are he probably have it. But maybe just decides,
Or
let's
maybe
not
it's that
release
him
that
and
yet.
team see it for themselves and maybe I cook that up as we speak.
That is true too.
Maybe them will
That
watch
is
this and,
equally
and,
true.
and, and listen to our advice. You never know. Them will
Right.
watch me, no Shadi, you know that?
I would figure that any good manager and a team would definitely want to, tap into what is happening in the space and the voices within that space that are contributing some sort of feedback. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would make sense.
And see,
Hmm.
like, we're going to turn you on big star. So them have to listen to what you say. I'll
I,
turn you
I
on
don't
big
know about
star.
you.
Like, we're going to
I
turn
don't know
you.
about
You're going to be
you.
so famous, Shadow. Like, you can't go grocery shopping in peace. You know that, right?
Well, I
You're going to be
really
so
don't leave my
famous.
house more than so
No, this
it's not
recluse thing
really
where I'm
much
going,
much.
that I go stop. That I go stop, Shadow. That I stop. Yeah, I'll be on big star.
No, I have somebody that handles my
You have one of those? Like,
no, I
somebody
have
who,
somebody that handles like if my supermarket runs and all of those
you
things. So
have
if
a
it's a case where those
supermarket
things,
runner?
no, not a runner. I said I have someone that
Oh,
handles
just
things
like I
for me.
said,
So
I
if I
need I
if I
need me
need to
one of
get
those.
no, if I need to get something done, I have somebody that can handle that for me.
Where you
So
find
it's
them, the
not a
Shadow? Where you
case
find?
where
Where you find her? Where you find her, Shadow?
you just need to have better quality friends.
Friends. Better
Yeah,
quality. You the man just this the whole of my friend list.
that, that's all I'd say. You probably just need some better quality friends,
You're not wrong.
right?
I want to go. I'll be a bombard dirty food friend. Me, I'm tired of them.
Hey, hey,
Tired of
you
them.
call them that. I don't know anything about your friends, so I'm
I
not
need,
going there.
I
I'm a
need,
friend of yours,
I
and
need,
my
I
yeah,
need me some grocery runners. I need them. These women just want sexual favors. Tired of them. I digress. What were you talking about again?
yeah. Please let's
Yeah, yeah,
digress
yeah,
because
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I
That,
don't know.
take
I don't
out
know
that
how we
part there.
reach it.
Take out that part there. Yeah.
We were talking
These
about
females just
Alkaline's
want that.
album,
Which one of them
right?
like me for me? Oh. Anyways, yeah, the album. Mm,
Right. So
yeah.
as you were saying, no, as a matter of fact, speaking of Alkaline's album, though, Alkaline has while I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, the Alkaline, the album Flap and Wasteman album and big artists like Alkaline and him album only debut at number 10 on the reggae Billboard chart and the album Flap because a little artist like Armani debut at number 10, Alkaline shouldn't be at number 10. That's nonsense because the truth is that when you really step back and you take a look at the album, you realize that Alkaline has set, based on dancehall standards, let me say this first. Based on dancehall standards and reggae and dancehall standards, Alkaline has actually set the bar very high for 2026. And just to show you what I'm speaking about and just kind of give you some insight. Hopefully, I don't forget any of that stuff. Um, because the album was released in what I think is March, right? March the 23rd. I think it
Mm.
was March the 23rd. 16 tracks. It debuted at number 10 on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart, becoming the first album for 2026 to debut on the chart, right? It went to number one on the US iTunes Reggae Albums chart, number four on the iTunes All Genre chart, and it was
Real
number
off the
one on
stats.
right, and it was number one on Apple Music in 11 countries. Be mindful of the fact he has no features on this album. It's him, all him, right? And the album also held, I think, 12 spots. I think it was 12 spots on the Apple Music Jamaica chart. And all 16, I think it's all 16 tracks were in the top 20.
Mm.
Right. And then I think it was mid March. I don't remember the specific date, but I think it was No, it couldn't be mid-March because the album dropped the 23rd. So I think it would have been, it was a day after, which would have been, if the album dropped the 23rd, then it would have been the 24th. 12 of the 16 songs were trending in the top 30 on YouTube in Jamaica, right? So when you look at that, so just to kind of give you a recap, let me, hopefully I don't forget anything. It debuted at number 10 on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart and becomes the first album to do that for 2026. Right? It was number one on the US iTunes Reggae Albums chart. It was number four on the iTunes All Genre chart. It was number one on Apple Music in 11 countries. He has no features on it. The album had occupied 12 spots on Apple Music in the Jamaica chart, and all 16 songs entered into the top 20. And the following day after the release, which was March the 24th, 12 of the 16 songs were trending on the YouTube music chart in Jamaica. And the biggest song of that project, based on streams, would be Gyal Good. I think it's probably about 1.2, 1.3 million now on YouTube. Just to show you. Now, tell me which one, when does, when,
No music video, by the way. Just the other.
right. When was the last time somebody within the reggae dancehall genre dropped an album which did all of that? When was the last time?
I can't remember off of the top
There you go.
can't remember.
There
Cannot
you
recall
go.
off of just memory there. So, has
Right?
anybody done that, Mr. Statsman?
Not in recent times.
Uh,
Not that I can recall. Never. I don't think anybody has done that.
mm.
Massacre had an impressive run with 438. Um, whereas I said, he had like, he was the only one that had an album in the top 10 for the entire year on Apple Music. That was an impressive run. So everybody have the little impressive thing that they have done. But in terms of an album setting the tone, yeah, Alkaline definitely set the tone and set the bar high based on reggae dancehall standards, not in general. Because in the grand scheme of things, that's not like a massive accomplishment when you put it against other genres. But within the genre of reggae dancehall, yeah, that's a big deal.
Pick up him, man. The
So
album are going good. So,
yeah,
I did see the album flapping sentiment out there from some people. I'm guessing it's Alkaline Detractors.
yeah,
But
they just
based on what I see, yeah, but my going good. It's doing its thing, and
yeah,
then Girl Good song it basically around the place, in regards to like girl song right now.
yes, and as I said, it and even when you look at his previous albums, I mean, they have all done well. I
Yeah.
mean, Top Prize, which was what they I think was 2021, somewhere
Mm.
around
Kaka.
June-ish, right?
Mm.
That was like the number one selling. I think that was the number one best-selling album in about three different categories: international reggae and Caribbean. Caribbean, I think it was Caribbean and Cuba or something like that. The category was called, yeah, and it was
Mm.
on 10 of the tracks. If I remember, I think I did write about it. 10 of the 14 tracks from that project were trending at the time. So you see, it's a constant thing that he has done. Because I mean, he has released three albums: 2016, New Level Unlock, Top Prize in 2021, and now MPT in 2026. All three of them have debuted on the Billboard chart. New Level Unlock in 2016 debuted at number one. Top Prize debuted at number two, and this is the Billboard Reggae Albums chart we're talking. And then MPT debuted at number 10. So all of his albums have debuted on the chart. All of them have done well. He has, in every one of his albums, has had multiple tracks trending on various charts. And outside of that, if I recall, in 2016, in 20 not 2020 2020 in 2016, I think I believe, from my recollection, is that when he released New Level Unlock and it debuted at #1, it also became the first. He became the first dancehall artist to have a #1 album on that chart in 5 years. I think they never had one on it prior to about 2011, right? And then if I don't know if you recall, but it also was ranked #3 on Billboard's best. I think it was best reggae album of 2016. Yeah. So Billboard actually had a ranking, and it was #3 on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Now
see,
we
you
all know
see.
what
So
album they're doing at 2016. Yeah.
so when people like to talk about, oh, Alka not doing this, and again, I'm not here crusading for Alka.
Yeah,
All
you
I'm
are.
simply showing is just no. All I'm simply doing is just showing you that, listen, give to Caesar what is due to Caesar. The man has dropped some solid projects, and they have done some damage within the reggae dancehall space. And people just like to pretend as though, oh yeah, him all right, and it's just like it's only other people. No, Alkaline has set a lot of trends around here that a lot of other people still to this day have not been able to equal or surpass. Likewise, vibes too. So let us not try to take anything away, because the Gaza fans as always. Let us not try to take anything away from Cartel. Also, as I said, he's the only one that has released 2 albums within the space of 15 months, and both of them are Grammy nominated.
Shadow, we are going to have a conversation about the most influential dancehall artists ever. That's a topic we're just for a minute. Not no, because your bedtime are far, and yeah, you need to go a bit. But
The most influential dancehall artist ever.
no, we don't say it now. We're going to have the conversation. That's all I can just there. Go think about it. And it's going to be a separate conversation for a different episode, right?
I could have tell you that.
Yeah, like it's all like anyone go there. No, we're not go there yet. Yeah, but it's a conversation to have. Just because you just last that one, I'm like, it's a conversation to have, right? Because there's several people
Aye.
that we can name and list that we can form the basis of our conversation.
Fine,
Our
fair
discussion.
point. Fine,
Yeah,
fine,
yeah.
fair point. But anyway, since we're talking about albums, I would say 2 other albums are definitely, well, I don't know if one is forthcoming, but I'm saying that I would definitely would be looking forward to. One I'm sure is coming, which is Runkus's album. I
Big
think
up
it's
Broncos.
called Supernova. Yeah.
Mhm.
I definitely, because I don't know, like when it comes to reggae, yeah, big up Protege, because Proto have an album coming too as well. So definitely
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
I think it's either this
I'm
weekend or
just,
next weekend.
yes, I think it's called The Art of Acceptance. So definitely looking forward to that. But Runkus, I heard Runkus' new song called Life Over Death. And I'm like, and I've always rated him as an artist, and I'm just like, I'm definitely looking forward to this Supernova album. So, because I expect him going to drop some real heat on that. Outside of that, I mean, the album I'd want to see, but I don't know if 2 other albums I'd want to
Don't
see.
say that Bounty
I don't know
Killer.
if either is forthcoming.
Don't say that
I
Bounty Killer.
definitely want to see Bounty
No, it's not
drop
coming.
an album.
Enough.
Because we were waiting on the King of Kingston.
Not for
It was not forthcoming for
That's one
whatever
of them
reason.
mythical things in dancehall.
But big up the Warlord still,
Bill Killer. But I will do
And
that.
yeah. And Idonia. I want to see an album from Idonia. I think, when was the last thing Idonia dropped? Was 2023? It wasn't an album. It was just like a
2023 or 2024.
you can call it a compilation or a compendium, right?
Should I go back for compendium?
No, I mean that's what because it's not an album though. Not an album.
Yeah.
It was just like remember that it was
No,
released the
I
same
like that project too. I like it. Was the same day as Massacre.
as Massacres,
Egregiously.
right?
Egregiously.
I'm not getting into that today,
Yeah,
bro.
what
I'm not getting into
but
that.
don't
It was a
talk to
good
him.
project.
Yeah, but don't talk to him about it already directly. I'm like, how could it be say never knows anybody that dropped this in there? But yeah, we don't talk to him about it and say what I say.
Diddy did say that he was not the one that was responsible for the
did
date
say
that
that.
he dropped.
He
right?
did say that. Yeah.
He said he gave them the project and they decided that they were going to drop it at that date. And then his brother, Love, who is also his manager, found out from the DSPs that it was actually going to be released on the same day as Massacre's project. So it was not
Hey,
If was not
it
intentional.
made for a good day of listening in a dancer. It
It
made for
did,
a
it
good day
did.
of listening in a
It
dancer.
did.
As you
It did.
mentioned, Runkos, big up Diddy.
Big up Massacre,
I
big
would
up
like to
Diddy.
see an album for it. But speaking of Runkos, big up Rasai film album soon release. Named Art of Love.
Yes.
I mean, see him been a roll out the singles them, which been sounding good. So I'm looking forward to that album as well. I believe Diani also drop an album this year. I mean, Diani, me really say I catch some steam, Shadow. Like, even me just fired off Love and Harmony cruise, it seems like
Right.
the artist separate
Was he on
from
the cruise?
no, but he's going to be on the cruise next year. It's being built for the cruise
Oh,
next year.
nice.
Big billing for the
Nice.
cruise next year. I'm love to see that.
I
You know,
rate
it
him, man.
seems that
He's one of the artists out there that, he's
mm,
very humble and I really respect his game. And yes, as you know, he signed. I don't think he has officially said it, but he signed.
yeah.
He signed to a UK label, I think Lizzie Records. Right. But I guess at some point they'll make the official announcement. But big up yourself, Diani.
Yeah,
Great
Diani, I
artist.
believe that he needed to
Right.
make some tweaks with his artistry and his presentation, and him do
Right.
so, and it a connect now, it a work. It look like the people I'm really looking forward to him on the cruise the next year. As me say,
Yes.
some big billing me see, I go on for him. It's damn good for see. As somebody who
A
me know
lot of
for
the
Ulmas,
right.
and
A
been
lot of the
see same
girls
talent is
consider
good to
him
see.
a lot of the girls consider him like a more subtler version of a Dexter Daps.
Mm. I feel
Right.
that's a fair comp.
That's the feedback I've gotten from some women.
I
There's
feel
like,
it's a
oh, we
fair
really like
comp.
Dion. Yes.
Yeah.
Good youth, man. Great, good youth, great artist. And his song now, The Little Things, is actually at number one. Last I did check, it was at number one on the US um reggae iTunes
Mm.
songs chart. So yeah, big up
You might
Dion,
find
man.
him way,
Great
man.
youth,
I'm looking
good
forward to
talent.
that album.
All right.
I feel like
So
we
yeah,
can do so we can cut things right now, Nasha. I feel like it's past the bedtime. Yeah. You need to go even. As you say I get there.
all right, Naro. Anything you say,
Boss me
man.
pan a supermarket runner. No?
I
Since
don't have any
you have
supermarket.
such you know boss
I
me
never
pan
said I
Nasha.
had any supermarket runners.
You
I said
technical
I
then.
have. I said I have people who can handle.
I have a person who does that for me. You know, boss, yes,
Right.
I
No,
have
I'm just
somebody who
simply
handles that for
saying.
me.
No, I'm just simply saying that if I need something to be done, I have someone who can handle that for me, and
I
it's
see.
not relegated to a supermarket or whatever.
I see. Oh,
Right. It's
anything.
just important
I
things.
need me one of those. I really do.
Right. As I said, you need better quality friends.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Right.
You're not wrong at all.
Right.
All right, people, this has been what? The second edition, actual fifth edition, but the amount of fast dance will be there. But hopefully everything go right with the production yes, and in a post-production. I believe it will. We've done whole heap of testing and all them things. We hear the feedback and we appreciate the feedback from people them out there with the first clip that we drop on the channel. Do remember to subscribe to TSOC on YouTube. That's Two Sides One Coin on YouTube. Subscribe. Follow me, EDOT, on Instagram across our social media platforms. Shout out to the people who can follow you.
They can always follow me at Prison Marketing Co. or they can follow me at Daily Dirt. Not me, but they can follow Daily Dirt, right? Because that is pretty much one of the platforms, both it and Prison, which, yes, I manage.
I believe as time goes on, Shadow, there will be a demand for you to create a personal page where people
That's
can
not
link
going to
you,
happen.
specifically females.
Well, I don't know about that, but if people need to speak business, then they can always contact me via Daily Dirt, which is at Daily Dirt. Dirt spelled with 2 I.
And if females want to link your non-business,
Big up to the ladies. Let's just leave it at that. Yo. All right, tell you that
Shadow, me I
you
try,
are,
I
bro.
play upon the wing.
You need to chill, bro. You
I
need to
play
chill.
upon the wing. I just a wing I
You
play.
need to chill, bro.
All right, people. How we that? We still at work. We still at workshop. The outro saying it's two sides one. Remember, there's always two sides one. That sounds like something like Cliff used to that. I don't want to do that. That sounds
Yeah,
too far.
I
Man. So
mean, this
remember,
has
there's
been another
always two
episode.
sides. Two sides, one coin. Jesus.
No, this has been another
I've heard.
episode of TSOC. All right.
That's it, Shadow. This
Yeah,
is gonna be
that's it.
gonna be a running thing until we actually get it to like us a work a workshop with either the episode. We need to find it, God no, but that
I,
was
I,
not it. You doing that
I
and then the peace sign was nasty, Sha. That was nasty work. That was nasty work a while ago. The peace sign. You know. You know what?
no,
I
listen,
mean, put that prayer a while ago, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't put so much pressure on you for doing that. That's my fault.
listen.
That's my fault.
All I'm saying is this, Naro.
That's
Listen, you
crazy.
work as I've said to you. I've said to you, Naro. Listen, you know one. Remember, people don't know this, so let me just tell them. People, it has been 5 years now. I've been asking me to do a podcast. five
I know
years.
some people been asking you, who join you? Who join you for the podcast? Who make... Yeah, man.
5 years I've been dodging Naro. Like Naro, leave me alone. No, 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 no. And I just said, you know what? All right, fine. Because other people have asked, other people have who, who are whose opinion I appreciate. People like Squidel, people
Squidel
like
jealous?
Bugle. Yes, I don't know about that,
Squidel
but
bad mind? Yeah, Squidel move on, go now.
I know about that. But
Move on, go.
Squidel,
Okay.
Bugle, yourself,
Bugle too?
several. Yes, Bugle did mention it to me sometimes. So big up Bugle as
Say
well.
if I
A
do it.
couple of people, as I said,
Yeah.
um, have mentioned it to me. Even Jades, big up Jades too, because Jades did say it to
Big
me
up Jades.
sometimes. So, yo, shut up, what, brother? You need for Ray, and I was just like, all right, Jades, I think about it. So as I said, 5 years later, here we are.
Now, as we say in
So
the shadow, my goal, personal goal, is to turn you on star. For turn you into somebody who you can't go anywhere without peace.
well, I have no interest in being famous.
No
I'm
peace
just
for you.
here to speak about the industry, and that's it. I have no interest in fame and all of the trappings that come with that.
Either way,
I like a quiet, peaceful life.
we are turning famous, shadow. We are turning famous. Yeah?
Right.
All right, people. So this has been TSOC. I think we're out,
I think you missed out the part where it's another episode of it.
Another episode of TSOC. We are workshop this shit. I don't know.
And make sure to follow us at TSOC
Follow,
underscore
yes, across
JA.
our social platforms. Yes, we changed channel on Instagram. TSOC underscore JA. We're going to create a TikTok soon, but for now,
Right.
follow us on Instagram, subscribe to YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Yeah?
Right. All right. There you go.
We got